Hi everyone, it's Nisha. So today I thought I will update you on my fillers and Botox, and I will do it while I'm putting makeup on. So as you know, I've bought this little Tarte Flirt palette in New York. It's beautiful, and you know how much I love those little palettes to take away, so I bought one of these. Here are the colors. My hand is very brown, but they are beautiful, quite warm. So I thought I will chat to you while I put that on, because this palette is nothing new, and it's less boring if I do makeup while I talk to you. So I'm going probably go all over my face with gaze. All over my face, no, all over my eye. Okay, so it's been, what is the date today? God knows. I had my fillers done about 3 weeks ago. So everything has settled down now. By the way, thank you so much for all your questions. You know, I said that I might do, when I go and see him for my checkup, I might do like Q&A with the plastic surgeon, and you've left me loads of questions, so that's great, and I will do it. I haven't made an appointment yet because I not long just got back from New York, so I need to arrange appointment, and obviously he will have to give me a bit more time to do the Q&As, but I will do it. So let me tell you now how I feel about my fillers. I love it all, but you know, to be honest, if I had these fillers done while I was under general anesthetic, I swear I wouldn't know I've had anything done. But when I study, you know, areas of my face, obviously I know I've had it done. So I've had the fillers done. Let's talk about my chin, because my chin created a lot of controversy. These shadows are very powdery, so tap them off really well. I'm putting Hotline in my crease. So yes, my chin created a lot of controversy. Some of you love it, some of you don't like it, say it's too big, it makes me look masculine. So let me tell you how I feel about it. I'm not so enamored with it. He's done a wonderful job, and he's done what I asked him to do. I wanted my chin to be longer. I don't know what it is with my chin. I've got this hang up about my chin. I'm gonna try to find this picture. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen it from when I was about, I don't know, 26 or something like that. I always thought that my chin has gone funny with age, but when I looked at that picture, my chin always looked the same. And what I mean is that my chin, especially when I smiled, looked like it was separated from the rest of my face. And when you see this picture, I try to insert it now. When I smile, my chin would be separate from like my jowls. And I thought that that has happened to me with age, but obviously it hasn't. I've always been like that. I've probably gone a bit more jowly as I got older. And also when you get older, your chin does shrink, and my chin is quite short and almost like turned up. You see, I've got this big dip here, like my lip is sort of hanging over it, and when I thought about it, I've got my father's chin. He's got exactly the same. He's got the same like hanging over bottom lip. So yeah, and I tell you, I probably wouldn't do all this stuff if I wasn't on YouTube. So not enough that I am quite vain, but You might think that I walk around all day and look at myself in mirrors. I never do. But when you do the videos and you edit them and watch them back, you can't help but look at yourself in a very critical way. And also you have other people criticizing you all the time. So I think you do get a bit more self-conscious when your face is out there. That's why I think a lot of actresses or famous people, not that I'm famous, but do you know what I mean, do so much to their faces, because they are always out there. People scrutinize everything on their faces. So I probably wouldn't do all that, one. Two, I like to be a bit of a guinea pig. I wanted to try the fillers in as many places as I could, because they were free, and I thought, you know, I can then see how I feel about it. You can see what the effect is. You know, I'm like your guinea pig, and I don't worry about it, because it is all gonna eventually be reabsorbed to my body. So it's not like I'm stuck with it. It's not like I've gone and had, you know, under the knife and there is nothing I can do now. So about my chin. So I wanted to get rid of the jowls and have my chin a bit longer. But obviously there is only so much. I wanted to have like a triangular shape, pointy chin. But obviously you can't do that. You know, I am made certain way. My bone structure is certain way. You can't, you know, do miracles. I don't mind it at all. But it's not that I don't like it. But it does look a bit different. And I think my chin before was fine. I think what it was the separation and the jowls. So really what I should have had done was just take care of the jowls. So it's not that I hate it, but I know when some of you say that it made it more square and maybe a bit bigger. And someone also asked, why did I have it done again? Because I had my chin done in October last year. Well, because I paid for like a package then with the esthetician, and I think it was 3 mil altogether, really for what I wanted, it wasn't enough filler. So she did make my chin look much better, and the plastic surgeon said that it was okay. But still, I had 2 dips here, so my chin still looked a bit separate and a bit uneven. So he sort of just like fixed it, if you like. Not that it was bad, it was just not enough filler for what I wanted. And I had quite a lot of filler in my chin in the end. And my chin bruised on one side quite badly. So yeah, I might not, once that's gone, I might not have that done again, but I will have the jowls. But obviously because I already had the filler and he couldn't tell exactly how she injected it, where she injected it, so couldn't mess with it too much, if you know what I mean. So he just took care of like the line here. So that's the chin. You know, I love it that I don't have the jowls. Another thing you've been asking, that it would be good if I had before and after photos. Unfortunately, I don't. I'm so bad at that, you know, doing the before and after. But if you want to see what I looked like before I had any fillers done, I will maybe leave you in the description box one of the videos where I think that you will see the big difference, and then watch this video. And I don't know, you can't really watch it side by side, but maybe have one video playing on your TV and one on your laptop or iPad, and you can, there is definite difference, especially, you know, in my chin. Now, I love my cheeks. I really like my cheeks. But again, I don't think it's a huge difference. I honestly don't think I would know that I've had it done. It's different when you're looking at me, because I can tell by your comments, you know, a lot of you like really closely study my face and notice every little bit. But like I said, I don't do that so much, only when I'm editing my videos. And because I see myself every day, I suppose the difference is, to me, is not that big. Now my nose, I can't see any difference. People say they can. So I had tiny bit in my here in my tip, and somewhere here because I had a bump apparently. Again, I wouldn't know because I don't often look at myself sideways, So that's all I had done filler wise. Okay, I think on my lid I'm going to put this gorgeous touch, which is like a coppery bronze. I like the other one, but I think this one will go better. So yeah, all in all, I love it. Also, I know all my swelling is gone. You have to remember, like, oh yeah, and I had tiny bit in my tear troughs because he said that I didn't need much in there. And with tear troughs, you have to be very careful because if your skin is too thin, they might not be able, but we will talk about that with him. They might not be able to inject because if your skin is very thin, it will show the filler. Also, it's so easy to overfill tear troughs. I've seen people that actually looked like they had new bags under their eyes, like lumpy under eye. It's because you have to remember filler is a humectant, which means that it attracts moisture and water and holds on to it. It's hyaluronic acid basically. So it's best to put a bit less because after a few weeks that filler will start attracting moisture and water and hold it there, and you will look even plumper. I feel like my eyes look better now than they looked straight away after the filler. So he put tiny bit, maybe just 0.5 ml under each eye, if that. That's quite orange, isn't it? I don't know if I like that. The shadows are beautiful. Anyway, let's carry on. Now, now let's talk about Botox. So I have my Botox done normally with my lady that is a dentist, and she sort of knows how I like it, and I've explained to you so many times. So I have Botox done here, just here, just to smooth out the middle of my hair, forehead, and in my crow's feet. I'm scared to have it here because I've had it before, and that's where I've got the most lines, because that brings my brows down, like really makes my brows heavy, and my eyes are even more hooded than, whereas now I feel how I've had this Botox done, my eyes are not as hooded because this I can't bring down this bit, and I think when they do crow's feet that lifts here a bit. But the downside of it is you get a bit of a Dr. Spock effect. So if I lift my eyebrows, I can lift them very high anyway, because now I can lift this portion of my eyebrows. I get really, really high arches, and that doesn't look too attractive. And actually when I went for my fillers, he said to me, your eyebrows are a bit too high here. I said, I know, but I can't have it done other way. He said, yes, you can. And he said, we will fix it. He said, you can have, there is a way of injecting that it won't give you heavy brow. He said, it might give you tiny bit heavy brow for like a couple of weeks, but then it will relax a bit. So we will see. He said he's gonna fix my brows. I probably will regret it, but we are going to experiment. So that's the Botox. I also forgot to tell you that when I had the fillers, he put Botox here in those, I can't remember what this muscle is called, the really strong jaw muscle when you clench your teeth, because my face is quite square, it's well round, but it's quite wide here. And he touched my muscles here, and he asked me to clench, and he said I've got very, very strong muscles. And that's true. I do clench my teeth a lot, especially I've noticed, like with depression, if I'm particularly stressed, I really clench my teeth, and God knows I probably do it at night as well. So they can put these Botox here to relax these muscles. So because you know, if you do it for a long time, one, I also have a problem with my jaw sometimes locks and clicks, and that's all through clenching your teeth. And if you do that for long enough, you build this muscle so much that your face starts looking wider here. Not that it's a big deal, you know, but we're experimenting, see what we can do. This is very orange. I don't know if I like it, but once I put mascara on, it might look different. You can put Botox, I didn't even know that, in all sorts of places. So, you know, when you start getting these marionette lines, when your mouth starts drooping, you can put Botox here to lift that. The little lines above your lip, you can put Botox there to stop the lines, you know, so you can't really, I don't know. I thought that you need a filler, but we will ask him all about that because I am not sure. So yeah, all in all, I am very happy with my result. I feel like everything is just a bit lifted, you know, because as you know, I don't really have cheekbones. I'm quite flat-faced. And when everything starts drooping as well, it sort of all hangs down. People that have like really high cheekbones, like for example Melissa 55, her cheekbones are to die for. So it's almost like they have this scaffolding to keep that skin up. Taz, you know, Taz from Taz's Wig Closet, I love her shape face, that lovely chiseled triangle shape, and she's got cheekbones. They look really plump. People like that are lucky, and I feel like the bone structure is like your scaffolding. So I do feel a bit lifted, you know, I feel like these lines are less visible because again, I asked him about that when I was there. You know, a lot of people, when they have these lines here, the nose, labial lines, have it injected here, but he said that's not always the best thing to do. It gives you like this flat look. He said to lift those lines, you inject here, so that pulls everything up. So I am really looking forward to asking him all these questions. Now, I had a few comments saying about, you know, how can I be showing you and teaching you about, you know, doing makeup for mature skin, for hooded eyes, when I have all these things done. So what I say to that is, fillers don't change the shape of my eyes. They might give me higher cheekbones, but that shouldn't affect the makeup I show you. That is about, I think people are talking about quality of the skin. Fillers don't improve the actual quality or texture of the skin. That's just skincare, or just your luck, you know, if you have a naturally nice skin. And as you know, when I started YouTube, I wasn't that much into my skincare. I've always used moisturizer, maybe eye cream, and that's it. But over the years, you know, I've learned about different skincare, retinols and retin-A's and serums and all that. And, you know, I've done lots of skincare videos. So I feel like I have a good quality skin. You know, I don't have oily skin, therefore I don't have loads of big pores. My skin is sort of, most of the time, normal to dry. And in the summer I get oily T-zone, and that's actually where the most of my pores are. I mean, I've got two huge ones. You probably noticed them. They look like two holes, proper craters. And on my forehead, with Botox that smooths it out a bit, but close up you can definitely see a bit of a texture and like pores on my forehead, and tiny bit here, but they're not too big. So I feel like the quality of my skin is nice. You know, I've got very loose and a bit crepey skin under my eyes. The fillers help with that. But I think if you want to tighten up the skin under your eyes, you just have to have a eye surgery, you know. So I just don't understand how that affects the way I show you to do my makeup. Okay, with my eyes, I understand. Like I said, the Botox probably lifted my eyes a bit. But then I have done a lot of tutorials when I didn't have Botox or fillers, so you can see those. And also the most important thing is, it's not like I do all these things in secret and then come out here and say, look how good you can look just with makeup. Because I feel my channel is about looking and feeling great after 40. And this is including skincare, procedures, makeup, anything that can help us to look still good, you know? So that's what I say to that. And also, if people feel that because I do all these things, they can't relate to me anymore, then that's fine, you know. You just need to go and watch someone who doesn't have any procedures done and deals with aging different way. We are all different. It's our own choice. You know, people say, oh, you don't need all this done. No, I probably don't, but I want to. Makes me happy, makes me feel good, therefore makes me feel more confident. And that's all that matters. I'm not hurting anybody by doing these procedures or whatever I'm doing to myself. The only thing is, this can get very expensive, and especially if you get a bit addicted to it. I thought that I would get addicted to it. Like when I first started having Botox, you know, I thought, oh my God, I'm probably going to end up like without expressions and be really frozen out. But I wasn't. With my Botox, I probably have it done twice a year. And that's just the last 2 years. Because I started playing with Botox, I would say about 6 years ago. And, you know, I've gone through a few different, I usually had it done with dentists. And I never really liked it. So then for a while, I didn't have it done at all. Then I found Rachel, you know, my dentist, that, well, she's not my dentist, but she is a dentist, but she does fillers and Botox. And, you know, I've been quite happy with the way she did my Botox. But I don't ever remember or like think, oh my God, this time I've had Botox. She usually sends me a reminder, right, it's been so many months, you are due for your next thing. And that's when I will make an appointment. With fillers as well, you know, I've had the tear troughs done. And the second time I got really bruised and I thought, I'm not having that done again. But that was because she did it with needle. This time I had it done with a cannula, which is the best way. You don't get the bruising then. And you know, my under eyes was always my biggest problem. And if you watch my very old videos, you can see how baggy my eyes were. I also think at the very beginning of my YouTube channel, I was much heavier. Not much, but I was probably about 160 pounds at that time. So I am like almost 20 pounds lighter. And I think that makes you a bit more, I don't know, like swollen and puffy, if you know what I mean, if you put weight on. So yeah, but my under eyes was always my biggest insecurity. You know, I've tried so many creams, and I've started with some creams that sort of helped with the puffiness and the quality under my skin. But you know, creams can only do as much. The rest is procedures like this or surgery. Yes, so all in all, I am really happy. And like I said, the only thing is it's quite expensive, because I think if you if you want to treat few areas and make a real difference, you need to use quite a lot of fillers, and it is not cheap. I don't know how much he charges, but it's pointless telling you, because even if I knew, because everybody charges different. I think like the average price is about 200 or 250 pounds per mil, and mil is quite a lot. So like I had only half a mil in each cheek, so if you wanted just your cheeks done, 250 pounds, that's what I think. The same with your under eyes, you know, because you would think, oh, mil is nothing, but it's actually quite a lot of filler. I think I had much more in my chin, that's for sure. So yeah, but at the same time, filler, and depends what filler you have, and we will talk about that as well, can last anything between 12 to 18 months. Now that will depend as well on you and your lifestyle. I don't know many factors that depends on, but I know one, because you know your body metabolizes the filler, is just hyaluronic acid. So for example, if you exercise a lot every day, your fillers might last a bit shorter time than if you didn't. But again, I will ask him about that, because that was one of your questions. So if you had few places done, say, and you had to spend £1,000, so £1,000 every year and a half, I suppose, well, it depends, you know, for some people that's a lot of money, for some that's not much. And sometimes I think, you know, wouldn't it be cheaper and most cost effective to have a facelift, which will last you for years and years, than spending money on a filler every year? But you see, I think I would be very scared to have a facelift, because you can never tell what's going to happen, and it's permanent, you know. If you didn't like it, tough titties, you know, you're stuck with it. So I don't know, you never know, I might have it one day when my face is hanging down to my knees, but I'm not planning on this right now. Do you know what? I've got this little sample of Marc Jacobs. This is his quite new mascara, isn't it? That Velvet Noir. And I love it. I've just ordered a full size of that mascara. It's very nice for volume. So you just saw I put the Nars. My Nars is actually running now because I've been using it like every day. But I really like this one. I don't know what I was saying now. Yeah, I have a friend that had a facelift and she looks amazing. Very, very natural. You know, not like stretched out that you would notice. So I think again, it depends on your surgeon and what you want as well. I think that's why people used to be so put off fillers, because you saw these celebrities with those pillow faces, or you see people with, you know, enormous lips that look like they're gonna burst, and that's not the doctor's fault. That's what people want to have done. So I've got here just my MAC Fabi and Saw. So I'm going to put that. That might not go with this orange look, but who cares? So yeah, I think I've covered everything that I wanted to say. Definitely doesn't go. Don't even want to put it on. Just, it's too pink. It looks awful together. Look at it. Very bad combination. But don't take any notice of that. Yes, so I think that's all I wanted to say about that. All in all, I'm very, very happy, and I probably will have it done again. I don't know what I'm going to do with my chin. I will see when it all wears off and when my jowls come back, if I will just have the jowls done, you know, we will see. But, you know, another thing is, like, please don't keep telling me, you know, that I'm going too far, that I'm doing this and that. I don't think I've gone too far at all. I think I look very natural, and I'm sure if I never said anything, maybe my chin, you wouldn't, no one would really notice big difference. And I don't understand why people feel so strongly about it. They are not my mothers. I don't understand why people feel so strongly about it. What I have done to my face is my face. I will do what makes me happy. I would never tell you what to do and what not to do. And if you don't like what I do, I don't understand why you would still watch me. You obviously feel real resentment. So I just don't get it. You know, I see people that have things done, and I feel, even if I feel they've overdone something, who am I to tell them that? You know, if they are happy with it, that's all it matters. They have to live with it, not you. So just stop being so hard on other women. This is like, I'm sure men don't do that to each other. God, that lipstick really annoys me now. It just does not go with my eyes. What do you think about the eyes? Quite like it. It's okay. Not my favorite look, but I like the little palette. I just wanted to do something different, but I would probably use that one more on my mobile lid, and just this. So like, this is your warmer look, this is more of a neutral look, and I've made sort of more of the warm look, but I've got a bit of fake tan, so I feel that that goes okay. Okay, so that was my little chat and update on my fillers and Botox. I'm really looking forward to my checkup and doing the Q&As. But for today, that's all. Thank you so much for watching, and stay fabulous. Bye.